Okay, so tuning the ukulele. Now there's 4 strings as we talked about in class, and each one gets tuned to a different pitch. Now, holding the ukulele, we have our left hand on the side with the fingerboard and my right hand on the side of the body of the instrument. Okay, so looking downward at the strings now as I hold the instrument, the top one, okay, is going to be the G string. Okay, the one on top as I look down is the G string. Okay, then the one below it will be the C string. Okay, then the one below that one is the E string. Okay, and then below that one is the A string. Okay, so the highest one looking down at me is G. And get a little closer here. So this one's G, this one's C, E, and then A. Now, as we talked about in class, when we use this tuner, you're going to see a letter and a number. Okay, here's an example. Okay, so there it's saying G4. Okay, which happens to be the note that we want the G string tuned to. Okay, so the notes are G4, C4, E4, and A4. Okay, now as we discussed in class, right, the goal is to get this little light to hit right on that triangle. If it ends up over here, it's too high, it's sharp. If it ends up over here, it's too low, it's flat. We want it right in tune on that green triangle. Okay, so let's try to do the G string here. I'm going to tune it intentionally low just to kind of demonstrate. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to play the G string now, which is the top one here. Okay, so there you can see it's a little under. Okay, so in order to tune it up, I have to turn the tuning peg counterclockwise, which is technically to the left. Now, for those of you who are thinking, wait a minute, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, there's a reason it's to the left. Because when I turn the tuning peg to the left, the gear on the back that's actually tightening it turns to the right. So it's kind of reversed of what we think it should be, right? So I'm going to turn it counterclockwise this way to raise the pitch. Okay, just a little bit since I wasn't too far under. Okay, so I'm still under. I'm going to do it again. Still under. Okay, so there we go, right on the money there. Okay, so that's the first string. Okay, now we move to our next string here, which is C. So the goal for this string is C4. Okay, so let's see where this one is. This is actually a little high. So I have to turn it clockwise to reduce the tension or lower the pitch. Okay. So making small adjustments here because we're pretty close. There we go. So C4. So the first two are in tune now. Okay. Now we move to the next one, which is the E string. Okay. Now this one needs to be tuned to E4. Okay, so a little sharp here. So now got to turn it clockwise to lower it. Okay, there it is. Okay, right on the money again. And then last one, our first string, okay, is the A string, okay, which is going to be A4. So here we go, last one. Okay, so a little bit high. So I'm going to turn clockwise again. Okay, so right on the money. So now this instrument is in tune. Okay, all 4 strings are where they need to be. Now, as we talked about in class, because your strings are new, you're going to notice you get it in tune and it's going to drop back down pretty quick. So the only way to get that out of the way is to kind of keep tuning the instrument, come back every so often, tune it up again, kind of stretch the strings. But as we talked about in class, you can speed up the process by kind of stretching them a little bit with your finger. And the way you're going to do that is by just supporting the string at the top, so we're not exerting any unnecessary force at the top of the instrument. And I'm just going to gently, with a kind of pinching motion in the finger, put my index finger against the neck, and I'm just going to kind of pinch that string just gently to kind of stretch it out a little bit. I'm not putting any crazy amount of force on this. I'm just kind of flexing it a little bit with a simple pinching motion. Okay, and that's going to kind of get out some of that stretch so that it's going to start holding the tuning better. So after a couple days of stretching the string and stuff, you'll notice that it starts holding the tuning a lot better than it did at the beginning. So now when I pluck the G string, we might notice it dropped a little bit because I was pushing on it here. No, it's still pretty good. But these strings are stretched out. So they've already kind of gone through the stretching process. So these ones are going to hold the tuning a little bit better than yours at the start. Okay, so that's how we're going to tune the ukulele. You're going to use this Google Tuner, which is in Schoology. And then it's G4, C4, E4, A4.